What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers Fireplaces. Today we have an unexpected video for you. This was not a video we were necessarily planning on doing today. Elijah was putting out some fireplaces so we could do some reviews on a couple models. And you discovered something a little interesting, didn't you, today?
I did.
You did? Should we show them what you found? I'm a little surprised myself, but let's check it out. We got a big reveal for you here. So these are two new fireplaces we put together today to review. This is the Simplifire Scion, and this is the Regency Skope. Two entirely different fireplace manufacturers. Now, I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but would I be going out on a limb here to say that these are the same fireplaces? What do you think? Yeah.
No.
Is it just me, or these look like identical fireplaces?
Identical.
Identical, yeah. So let's get this video started. We're gonna tell you why or how something like this could happen and dive into this a little bit further. Okay, so let's dive into this a little bit. You know, as retailers, we work with the manufacturers all the time. We have a lot of meetings, marketing meetings, things like that. So we can give you a little bit of inside information on how or why something like this happens. So let's talk about that. First of all, you guys have to make sure you subscribe to our channel. Helps us out a ton when you guys do that. So go ahead and click that subscribe button, thumbs up this video. It's gonna help us out a ton. So you can see Elijah's gonna give you some close-ups, but the box sizes are a little bit different. The Scion over there's a slimmer model and a little bit taller. And then the Regency's a little bit deeper, so the Ember bed's a little bit deeper. But it goes without saying the guts of these fireplaces are identical. They have the exact same flame, exact same electronic boards, exact same heaters. They are, for outside of this plastic shell, they are the exact same fireplace. Now, why would something like this happen? Actually, in manufacturing, and not just the fireplace industry, manufacturing in any category, it's very, very common. Essentially, they're buying these private labeled off the shelf in China from somebody else who's making these products. Now, is this a problem or is this not a problem? I think yes and no. Here's what's happening in the industry and why you're gonna see a lot of overlap with product and more electric fireplaces that look very, very similar. What's happening is in the electric fireplace industry, I would say electric fireplaces is the fastest growing category in fireplaces, period. And also in parts of the country, there's what they call net zero, where there's no natural gas allowed to properties or new neighborhoods. So your only option is to put in electric fireplaces. So what are these gas fireplace companies doing if all they offer is gas fireplaces? Well, they're gonna be in trouble. So they're sort of racing to the electric fireplace market. And the fastest way to offer an electric fireplace category is going to be to buy a third-party product out of China, and then you have a full product offering that you can offer. And so what you're gonna start seeing is fireplace companies that have never offered electric fireplaces before, all of a sudden out of nowhere, they're gonna offer a full product line of electric fireplaces. We're seeing it. So Simplifire's doing it, Regency's doing it, Valor's doing it. They brought in a private labeled product. Cozy Heat's another one that's doing it. All of a sudden they have an electric fireplace. Empire's doing it. All of a sudden they have an electric fireplace. And none of that product is designed by them, manufactured by them, or R&D'd by them by then. Now, what do we mean by that? Basically, they're buying one of these products, making maybe some tweaks to it, like maybe the box size or the framing depth. And you noticed the logs were a little different, Elijah, weren't they?
A little bit.
A little bit. So like the media or the logs that go in here, they can tweak those a little bit, and now it's like, oh, ours comes with these logs, or ours comes with this. They're the same thing. And so my frustration is that as a retailer, when consumers are doing their homework, it starts to create product confusion because they're like, what's the difference between this brand and what's the difference between this brand? In this case, it's absolutely nothing. They're the same thing. And it's frustrating because it's hard for consumers. It's hard for me to explain that to consumers. So it's not my favorite thing. Also, another problem with this type of presentation is going to be they don't necessarily have full control over their quality control issues. They don't have full control over replacement parts, things like that. It becomes a problem because you have so many parties involved. Now, in saying all of this, that does not mean that these are bad products. In fact, we sell quite a few of them. I think they're fairly attractive for electric fireplaces. Don't you think they look pretty good?
Yeah, I think
So
so.
we're not saying that these are junk fireplaces. All we're saying is when you're doing your homework at home, be careful because sometimes you'll be researching 2 different brands and it turns out they're the exact same darn thing. That's what's happening here. Now, what is the difference between something like this and the value of some of the higher end electric fireplace brands, and what are they doing differently? Well, there's really 2 brands in particular that stand out that we recommend over any other brand, and here's the reason why. It doesn't have to do with the way the products look, it doesn't even have to do with the way the products function. It has to do with the core, what's the word I'm looking for? Core foundation of the companies themselves. There it is. 2 in particular. So this is Modern Flames Landscape Pro Series. So the brand Modern Flames is one of them. And then this is the Dimplex Ignite XL, or the brand Dimplex. These 2 brands in particular, in my opinion, are leaders in the electric fireplace industry. Now, what do we mean by that? Dimplex is located in Canada, and Modern Flames is located in Phoenix. Even though both of their products are made in China, their R&D, their product development, they are designed from scratch by the manufacturers themselves here in either the United States or Canada. They're R&D'd, they have their own engineers that are producing these types of products. They're seeing how they perform, they're going through their own quality controls. They're really getting tested out behind the scenes by the manufacturers themselves. So they have full control over the quality control, the way they look, and the way they perform. It's not a coincidence that the Dimplex Ignite has the best warranty with the best heater. That's not a coincidence. It's because they're controlling how that blower performs. They're controlling the warranties themselves. They honor their warranties themselves in-house. And Modern Flames is no different. You see Modern Flames in a lot of commercial applications. They do, I know they have contracts with like the Marriott Hotel, Wendy's, Carl's Jr., Hardee's, depending on where you live in the country. So when they're in commercial locations like this, they're running around the clock. And so they're sort of commercial grade parts, quote unquote, in them. And those go out to homeowners that way too. And because of that, they can stock replacement parts, warranty parts, here in Phoenix in the United States. So they have full control over their quality control. And I don't think it's coincidence that these are 2 of our best selling electric linears. And I don't think it's a coincidence that they look the best. Because you would buy this off the shelf and you sort of have to be satisfied with what the private label companies are giving you. Here, I know this for a fact because I've been down to the Modern Flames location. I've watched them R&D stuff. Let's say they're testing a unit. If they don't like something that they see in it, they can get in there and tweak it, make final improvements before it goes into production at their own factory in China that they have full control over. That's a huge difference, and that's why, in my opinion, they're superior looking units, is because of the time and energy and the money that is invested into the company itself to really dial in these units. I'm going on way too long of a rant. I'm not trying to smear these 2 brands, but I think it's important for you guys, the consumers, to know at home. One thing we're not about here at Embers is we do not sell over education. Our number 1 priority is educating consumers. Selling is second. We're educating you on how the electric fireplace industry is working, and you're just gonna see this explode even more. You're gonna see so much private labeled product versus in-house R&D developed products that are produced in-house. There's a couple more, but really Modern Flames and Dimplex are the 2 leaders for me. Just working behind the scenes with them, again, sitting in meetings with their marketing plans, seeing their R&D development in person with my own eyes. The amount of time and work that goes into these brands is far superior than anything you're gonna see in anything that's private labeled, period. So that's my little rant. I actually have some individual reviews if you want to see these. Again, they're not bad fireplaces. If you like them and you like the price point and they work for your install application, certainly go with them. I wouldn't say don't buy them because they're good. That doesn't mean they're a bad product. It's just we have to be able to explain to customers why two fireplaces look identical. And the only way to explain it is to tell the truth and say they are the same. That's why they look the same. And again, this is not uncommon in manufacturing in general. So this is what's happening here. Out of the two, you say, well, if they look identical, which one would you buy? Out of the two, this is just my opinion, I would buy the Simplifire, which is made by Hearth and Home Technologies, so like Majestic, Heat and Glow, Heatolator. They're rebranding the Electric Fireplace brand into a brand called Simplifire. Out of those two, I would certainly steer you way towards the Simplifire. The Regency brand, they just sort of, again, this is sort of a behind the scenes look. They're just sort of piddling around with the electric fireplace industry. And when you don't fully commit to a product category, I see problems down the road on getting customers taken care of. HHT or the Simplifire brand is full steam ahead with the Simplifire product. They're fully backing it. They're investing a lot of money into their marketing. They've definitely made some tweaks with their log sets and things like that. Even though the fireboxes are the same, I do think the attention to detail is a little bit better. And they have the full commitment of their in-house support to help you with it. So out of these two, buy the HHT one, hands down. Buy the Simplifire over the Regency. The Regency, I'm not seeing the support that we need in the electric fireplace category. Way too long of a video, way too long of a rant. Elijah's gonna get you some close-ups of all the color changes and everything like that. If you guys have any other questions about electric fireplace brands in general, give us a call. And again, it's not like if it's not R&D'd in-house, it's a bad product. We're just trying to open consumers' eyes that sometimes it's the same darn thing, what you're shopping against. And that's what you need to be aware of. And that's why in general, the brands that do all their own in-house work generally have better products. And that's an obvious reason why. It's because they're investing their own time and energy into the brand and products themselves. So that's my little rant. Call or text our staff. If you're in the Denver, Colorado area, of course, come down to our showroom, check out these products for yourself. Call or text our staff. Stay tuned for more videos. See you next time.